Hey Virgo, I'm feeling a lot of challenges for you. Definitely, so I'm going to pull some more cards for you. But I feel like for some of you, I'm just going to say it, you're getting divorced. Like, whether, and it's a divorce that sort of, it's like the communication. You guys didn't communicate because you were like almost like afraid to have the conversations because you knew it wouldn't go well and it would end the relationship. So you both just didn't talk and things just deteriorated and deteriorated to the point where you really didn't like each other. So this could be something that happened in the past that's still affecting you. And then maybe someone cheated or just the behavior, the resentment. And it's just one of those bad breakups, where things just it was way past its expiration date, that things were allowed to deteriorate. So it got really bad at the end. And just, you probably don't talk to this person. But I guess I feel like the point in that maybe you haven't realized how much you've been holding on to this resentment, or just maybe you didn't like the way you acted in the relationship near the end. It just became a shit show. And you just like, it just really bothers you because you're like, I'm not that type of person, and I don't know how it got to where it was, and it just still bothers you. So I think what's happening though this month is that you're letting this go. You're making a conscious decision to let it go because you want to be happy. I mean, you have this beautiful sun card. You have the 10 of Cups happy family card at the bottom of the deck, and this Knight of Pentacles, which is a very successful, grounded, down-to-earth knight. And I feel like we have swords, 2 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 7 of Swords, all except for the 5 of Swords, all the bad sword cards. Well, 2 of Swords isn't too bad. But and the 10 of Swords. So you're surrounded, like your brain has just been going over it, and it's time to stop. And you're just going to be like, enough. This is enough. You're going to have a wake-up call, an aha moment, a breakthrough. And you're going to be like, this is just eating me up inside. And I need to, and I cautioned this with another sign, closure isn't necessarily reaching out to this person. I don't believe it's going to bring you closure. I think it's going to bring the emotions and stir things back up. I think for closure, it's like it's internal, and it's you telling yourself you are going to train your mind to stop going over things. You're going to release it. You're going to go to therapy. You're going to, because you're so detail oriented, just such a strength of yours. But if you just continue to revisit all those little details in your mind over and over again about in the past and assessing how you could have done it differently, it's just, I feel like it's eating away at you way more than you realize. And that you need to sort of learn to calm your mind and release the burden of your negative thoughts. And yeah, the sun is really illuminates what your thought process has been and allows you to get it under control. But this is not only this, it's like once you have this realization, everything is brighter and lighter, and you have energy again. And it's really, again, all a shift in your brain, in your mind. So we have this Knight of Swords, shifting how you think about things, putting things in perspective. And it's like you realize your happiness is within. It's you decide, and you're in charge of your happiness, not something external. And maybe it really bothered you that this relationship failed because you it's like something, and it doesn't have to be a relationship, it could be a job, anything, so whatever works for you, but it's like something that failed. You had really thought that you were doing it right, and you were really thought it very carefully, and you were so cautious and slow and steady and careful. And so you really are just like, how could it have gotten to the point? How could have allowed it to get to that point? And it's like you're just going over and over in your mind, and it's time to let it go. Not everything is in your control. You can't control other people. You can only control yourself. And so no matter, you could be the best husband, wife, worker in the world, and if you're with someone that doesn't get it, isn't on the same page, isn't trying, you're just going to make yourself crazy, because you don't have control over everyone. You can't control other people's reactions. And once you kind of free yourself from, it's like you're convinced that it was your fault. I think this person probably convinced you that it was your fault because they were a taker and you're a giver. Yeah. You didn't have strong enough boundaries. You didn't respect yourself enough. And I'm not saying it's saying it's your fault, but I'm saying those are the types of things you can control. You can't control other behavior. So you're letting go of that, and it's going to be a real big burden lifted from you. This was a pretty deep reading. This was the deepest reading of this month. Most of them were much lighter. So again, I'm not sure astrologically if something's going on, if Saturn, you're doing something funky. So I feel like it might be a little tough, but I feel like you're going to feel so much lighter and happier, and that this had to happen. Like, you had to go through this. This needed to happen in order for you to now be you're going to be in a much better place. It's helped you laid this foundation that will then, this is the happily ever after card, to now be able to find your happiness. It's like now you have all this information from this other experience. It's like you needed practice. I think one of the billionaires, I don't know who it is, maybe Warren Buffett or someone, said they don't hire someone who hasn't failed a few times, because, and you can think of it as, that's what the problem is. People call it failure, but it's like a prototype. It was, okay, that didn't work. What can I do now? And, you're methodical. How can I methodically build upon what I learned from this experience? Instead of it was a failure, it was, you gained invaluable experience. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, it would be great if you would, but no pressure. And I will see you at the next video. Take care.